Hey there, BookTube. Happy Friday. Noah, everyone who reads and must converse is the channel. You know it. And Friday Reads Live. I love the Friday nights, getting live with the community. And thank you, Brian Kretz. Um, Usually watches it on the video, sure, afterwards, but now able to catch the live. So very cool. And I really wish that more that watched it on the video afterwards commented and things like that. That's the only way for me to know who's watching and who's part of the community that's really supporting the channel. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Hey, Amy. Amy's Dusty Bookshelf in the house, all the way up there from Canada. I hope everything's going well. And yeah, I've seen some more content out from you. It's good to see you more active, for sure. We love some booktube content. Am I right? Happy Friday, everybody. I was actually what a reading week. First of all, it's been really cool. I've gotten into another Southern lit that I can't wait. I can't wait to see where it goes. But I'm kind of guarded, right? Hey, Book Nick, happy Friday for sure. Thanks for supporting. Tyler, the Falcon in the house. Happy Friday, brother. Nice to see you for sure. I bet you've read The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, right? A lot of people have, not me. And it is I'm very guarded at this point, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I was kicking around the idea of maybe doing these see why I started doing Friday night live. There's a few reasons and and I really like doing it on Friday night, but I just kind of think it might be easier for me to be consistent if I did it maybe say Saturday morning, right? Because then let I assume you never know how things work out that there might be less obligation, something like that, because Friday evenings, especially here in the fall, are an evening where we party, right? Hey baby, happy Friday. Yeah, she's in the house. Hey baby. You've read The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. It's a pretty good book character wise. Well, that's for sure. I really like the characters. Singer is interesting and intriguing. And Mick, you just I really feel for Mick. I'm really scared for Mick. But so I was thinking about maybe I wanted to put it out there, see what people thought about maybe doing it Saturday morning. It might be easier for European friends, across the pond, to get on, because then I'll be doing this more in your lunchtime or afternoon, evening time, right? And then I would do it late in the morning. Hey Nick, happy Friday. For sure, brother. We are I would do it later in the morning to where it would still be morning time for like all of the United States. I'd probably shoot for somewhere around 11 a.m. or 12 a.m. on Saturday. But just an idea. And it's not something that I'm really psyched about. I like doing it Friday nights. I think, but consistency is probably the number one thing for creating content and just being a content creator. And I want to be consistent. I want to satisfy those that support my channel just by giving you content and just saying, hey, was able to hang out with Noah this week, that kind of stuff. I really enjoy hanging out with y'all, and thank you so much always for hanging out with me, and I want it to be easy as possible. I'm wearing my I don't need Google because my daughter knows everything t-shirt, right? I'll leave y'all to figure out which daughter. Either way, I lose, right? So we'll start it off. Thank you everybody for coming by. Happy Friday. We'll kick it in. 5 minutes in. I got something awesome this week. And if you follow me on Instagram, of course, you're gonna have a heads up. That's where I kind of drop Easter eggs, things like that. But the Hold On Project, which you might be familiar with this volume, seen on my channel before, is a literary journal from the community that is just a periodic. It's really, really cool. This right here um, was the first installment. The volume 2 has been dropped. Yeah, the Hold On Project. That's what I'm talking about. I've read over half of the volume 1, and it's just great. It's just great, dude, to read these kind of things given from given from the community. Novels and Crumbs, happy Friday. Yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for supporting the channel. Novels and Crumbs was in the Cactus Boots read along. We'll get to that. Novels and Crumbs already finished and has a little content out there, so um I'll link that in the description box since I mentioned it for sure. Thanks for coming by, brother. Yeah, I love this shirt too. It's great. Are you ready for volume 2? Uh, I mean, what is the Hold On Project doing besides, putting out the most beautiful exclusive? This is very elite. This is very small, limited run stuff, and mm, beautiful covers from uh, the community as well. It's just perfect. Daniel Cockrell, Electric Sheep Books on Instagram, but also the Hold On Project on all kinds of uh, social medias, right? But Instagram included. So I got number 28, number 28 of 100, right? I mean, am I telling you? I'm telling you right. Novels and Crumbs, I'm telling you right. That's what I'm talking about. There's Tyler. Happy Friday, brother. Yeah, Tyler. Travis. I'm sorry, Travis. Up there from Canada with Amy. Thank you very much, y'all, for coming by. Yeah, I mean the artwork is just ridiculous, isn't it? I'll leave it up for a minute. Very cool. Horror House Media in the house. Happy Friday, brother. Yeah. Horror House Media is a buddy of mine from work that has been out for a while. AJ, I hope you're doing well, brother. I hope you are doing well. And he gifted me a copy of H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man. Y'all can keep an eye out for that. I'll definitely have some things to say on a Friday live. This is where I do kind of wrap ups, but also show freaking beautiful books, right? So I'll get up close, maybe give you some detail on this. You see how it's kind of like a body. There's like a rib cage. But see, are you imagining that, or is it, you know what I mean? It's a tree, right? So it's this kind of wonderful thematic that plant and animal, plant and human kind of crossover, right? I love how the tree is almost dead. Like the trunk is alive and even almost with a human vitality, right? But then the limbs are dead. There's no leaves. Like it's cool. It's cool as hell. All right, but I'm gonna show it. Nick, I'm gonna show it. Here we go. There my boy. There my boy, Nick Voro in the house. So Nick Voro gave us a short story, One Scene Away from Masterpiece Status is the name of the short story. I can't wait to read it, brother. We got Faith Simmons with some poetry, Renee Vasquez, Seth Braun, and I can't list them all, so I shouldn't, list any, but so many. 160 pages, 158, something like that, pages of content here, laid out very, very well. Laid out very pleasing to the eye. You get I mean, just some cool. I mean, he's got the style. Daniel really has a cool style with the Hold On Project. Just order straight from him. That's where I get it. Go to Hold On Project, theholdonproject.com. That's where I get it. Um, Sent directly, quick. It's just awesome. So we have how he lays these out. I'll show you. We have a page for each of the authors, right? And then we have their offerings, and it's beautiful. The typeface is easy to read and just well spaced. So much, all different, so different because I'm sure the authors in question have their own artistic say. You right? Nick could probably say a little more about it than I have. This is a painting, AJ. I'm sure that the artist that you would be able to get yourself a print of this if you liked it. Let's see. The cover artwork is Ashley Hampton. I'll put it in the description box just because why not, right? Ashley Hampton. All right. I mean, it's freaking killer. Yeah, man. Daniel is amazing. He really is packaging these things great. I put a reel up on Instagram just showing me my unboxing of it and packaging of it and stuff. It's awesome. I can't wait to read it. Yes. Right on. Right on, Nick. Yeah, okay, so there we go. Ashley Hampton. That's the artist. If you look for her on Instagram, just search that out on Instagram. I bet you'll find her. And if it's not Instagram, then maybe just search Google Ashley Hampton artist, right? And if you can't find her, um, get with me. I'll try to find her too. It is a great piece of art. What's up, Quentin? Yeah, for sure. Hey, Jim reads too slow. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming by. Always cool. I loved your thoughts on the Book of the New Sun and Earth of the New Sun, Jim. I can't wait to talk about it more. Let's do it. Let's kick it in on the Voxer. Let's just start talking about it. If people don't want to listen, they don't have to listen. But let's just talk about it. We're done. I'll do it too. I'll just kick it in. And Quentin, I loved your thoughts on Genji earlier, man. I'm let's see. All right, that's it. That's it for the Holland project. For now. For now, until I sink my teeth into this one, right? I'm definitely reading Nick's piece, and I'm gonna get in and read more. I should put them up so we could look at them while we chat, right? Is that good? Yeah, it is. That works. Very cool. So I am okay. So I stopped after chapter like 41. It's Mabaroshi, right? Because in and I was just done for the day, but this is page 881. And there's a translator's note here. I wasn't sure if you were up on it at all. It says here that the last 13 chapters of the Tale of Genji, it is disputed as to their authorship, just because there's such a difference in storytelling style and things like that. A gap in time, things like that. So this translator, Dennis Washburn, says in his translator's note that he goes for the simplest, although still contested, idea that it is simply because Shikibu used it as a narrative device, right? And grew as a storyteller. So the differences in narrative style for the last 13 chapters may be due to, them being written 10 years, 20 years after the bulk, the first bulk. And so why not? Why wouldn't there be a departure or a growth in the narration, right? That's what that's what Washburn says, and I am in no position to dispute it, right? Yes, time for some good vibes. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Quentin, stop. Stop, bro. For reals. Y'all are awesome. Okay, so I've kind of slowed up on the Ginge. And that is simply because um, more to read, and Genji is something that I'll reread and go through slowly in my lifetime. Right? It's that kind of book. It's really really great. It's something to touch in, whenever you feel like, and really have a relationship with these stories and with these characters and things like that. It's wild. It's like nothing else. It really is nothing else. And you had it right when you said that, um, Quentin, that it seems like Shikibu writes in this, or Genji, as far as a structure and like when you're reading the chapters and stuff, they're kind of hypnotic sometimes. And you're just hypnotized by the time and the place and the culture. And I think it was trying to do exactly that. I think that Genji, the Tale of Genji, is an idealized um court. An idealized uh version of this Japanese society, in a way that it's looked through with rose-colored glasses, right? A beautiful female viewpoint that is, um you know just there to appreciate. There, obviously someone who is very um privileged, right? Yes. 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 Very cool. Very cool. So that's what I'm just about to start in Genji, is the last 13 chapters, the last part there, and I can't wait to see what goes on with it, and get all of the Tale of Genji. What a freaking I mean, to say that it's a masterpiece doesn't even do it justice, because it's so singular, I think. It's just wild. It's a wild thing that to have this kind of stuff, right? Nice. Nice. Yeah, right, right, right. Yeah. There's no like I said earlier on in reading Genji, I was like, I mean, not early in the read, but maybe my first kind of check-in on a Friday. I said, there's no conflict in this book, really. It's like the conflicts of love and obligations of love is all you get. There's no conflict here. Okay. So, but Genji is there's some books for the heart. When I wrote the description for my life tonight, I was like, I got some books for the heart, books for the mind here. Another We'll go through the books from for the heart first. That Tale of Genji, and I started reading The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. I have this International Collectors Library edition. I don't know where I found it. It was in a used bookstore, I'm sure. Nice. Also weird that Japanese lit moved to such hyper compressed poetic forms and condensed prose works. For sure. It's almost like they wanted to distill down everything and not have this kind of superfluous um, language and usage. But maybe that is the natural progression, right? Because it comes from this a culture where poetry was part of daily conversation like that, at least amongst these you know, aristocratic, for lack of a better word, um, members of society, right? So maybe they just had too much, right? They're like, screw all this poetry. If you can't do it in 5 syllables, 7 syllables, then 5 more syllables, I don't want it. Maybe. So I love this edition. And it is my first Carson McCullers. You guys who you guys who have read The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, don't spoil it for me, please. And it's so weird because I read Light in August earlier this year, and you can see my content on that. That really hit me hard. Light in August hit me really, really, really hard. It's a heartbreaking work and a very affecting work. But I didn't brace myself for Light in August, even though I did have, an idea that it was going to be rough because of reading other Faulkners before and how it started off. I thought that Lena Grove was going to, you know, go through it, right? But as it turns out, it didn't go down like that. But I didn't kind of brace myself for it, right? Um, in The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, I find myself bracing myself for the story to come. And I don't really know why. I think that Carson McCullers really just has me right where she wants me as an author, right? I've already got a taste of her really just a masterful kind of narrative, a masterful kind of storytelling that she does because the characters are great. And you get a sense for Mick. Mick is the only younger character other than, the kids that Mick takes care of and things like that. But Mick is a young girl and she's naive, but she's very tomboyish and she's very courageous and outgoing, this kind of thing. And she wanted something to happen. She was going to throw a party. That's what it was. She wasn't fitting in at this vocational school. She wasn't finding friends. So, see, this is the kind of girl that Mick is. She wasn't fitting in, not finding friends, saw that everything was really clicky, right? So she throws a party and she invites strategically, all kinds of people. So, because she wants to find her friends, she wants to find some friends and make friends and be cool, right? So she makes it happen. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh, this party, she's too hopeful. She's getting ready and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh no, here. And there's a lot of loneliness and a lot of sadness in The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, just in the characters because they all live very rough lives. It's a real serious Southern piece. Everybody's really dirty. Like I'm cleaner right now than everybody in this book has ever been. You know. So when it comes down to it, I kind of I was apprehensive about this party, and then it turns out to be freaking beautiful. It's really really cool how it works out, and it's like a resurgence. Hey Tom LA Books, happy Friday, buddy. Thanks for coming by. This party that is built up as to be, she wants everything to go right and all that kind of stuff. This party turns out to be a resurgence of innocence, a resurgence of being a kid and just letting loose and, you know, risking and going for it and just being wild, being a wild kid. And she sees that they're all the same. All her friends and the kids of the neighborhood that she didn't invite, and all her these kids that she wants to be new friends with, and that she thought they were more, too good. She wanted to put on airs for them, put on, um, wanted to take down this picture out of the living room because she said it made them look common, stuff like that. Yet it turns out to be this kind of beautiful resurgence of innocence, resurgence of being a kid. And I was just like, "Oh, she's got me. She's got me figured out." She's a real wonderful master storyteller is what that kind of showed that she knew and kind of played with my expectations on that. So now I'm a little bit more apprehensive, right? Because when it comes down to it, after that party scene is where I stopped, and now I open it up to part two, and I'm like, oh no, you know, part one where you meet everybody and everything's cool. Part two where our maybe our main character gets completely destroyed or something, and I don't want to see Mick suffer. I don't. The characters are well done. Mick is very well done. um all other characters than Mick are very well done. Biff, the owner of the uh restaurant bar that is the New York Cafe, right, is the center of, a center of action. Uh, his wife and singer, of course, and the singer's mute friend, with the Greek name. He's Greek. Anton- Antonius, something like that, maybe. But I'm gonna keep on with that. Okay, the heart is a lonely hunter is happening, right? So, and I'd love to hear any kind of things. I know that people love the book, and thank you for not, kind of spoiling everything and let me have my time with it. But um, I can't wait to see where it goes. It'll be fun. It'll be fun because it's right up my alley. Some Southern writing, right? Another one for the head, then, or one for the head. A mind blowing work that it's been just such a pleasure to get through again. To reread America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots, a diagnostic. Novels and Crumbs finished it already. My boy Conrob finished it already, and I am here. Here, right after the word fever. This is page 510, right? Is where I'm at now. And I mean, I can finish it my next sitting. But um after the word fever, we have like a section of prose that is some of the strongest storytelling. Um Upon revisiting it now, it was like a rush, a warm rush, like being in a bath or something. It was just so welcome after the frenzy of what this book puts you through, a total narrative storytelling frenzy, and then drops you right into wonderful, beautiful, clear, plain prose. And you're on this train with a train engineer, and it's just wildly beautiful and serves to ground you. I think that this book is very grounded, to tell you the truth. I am a little biased because I do, I know these people, Rick and Phil and Jeff. So I have a little more of a, you know, a grounding with who they are, these kind of things. But that's why they're on the back here, because the Phil and Jeff and Rick of the book here are not the real life people, right? So it is, and in the book, in the story, clearly you see that you're dealing with an imaginary, a text, and then a complete fabrication, maybe only between you and your relationship through the words that are on the page. It's wild. So I can't wait to get to the end. I love the climax of this thing. The climax of this book is really cool. But I wanted to just say that the main thing about the Cult of the Cactus Pusa diagnostic is not what the storyline of that book is. That's not what the main thing. That's not the main thing about the book. The main thing about the book is your relationship as a reader to said book. It's all about inspiring you, and it will do it in any way that it can. It has uh, every tool that I can think of, a plethora of tools at its disposal, and it is constantly bringing more and more and more to bear in the form of imagination, creativity, randomness, shocking. You know, the visuals from Jeff work so well for this effect to really either put the reader in it or to allow the reader some space to visualize, right? Because sometimes, a lot of times the words may be a little too abstract, right? So it's just one of those things that we're just happy to go through it. I'm happy to go through it again, and it's been quite an awesome experience to go through it with a group. My cat is outside my door, but not crying to get in my room. Crying to get in my daughter's room, and she don't want him in there. So there's my current reads. I'm gonna finish America and the Cult of Catharsis Boost the Diagnostic this week because I've just been putting it off. I've been going slow because I wanted to stay with more of the group, the most of the group read that I can, right? That kind of thing. And Genji, I don't know when I'll finish it because but I'm gonna go. The translator's note is in my edition right where I'm at right now. So there's a reason, they want you to go into that last 13 chapters with a little more behind you, right? Okay. Now we've gotten to the halfway mark, past the halfway mark of the night. I'm going to show you, if you've been watching my reels, if you've been seeing what I've come in contact with this week. Are you ready? I love If on a Winter's Night a Traveler by Italo Calvino. I was lucky enough to get my hands on a first American edition put out by Harcourt Brace. Oh my God. Let's see. This is 1979. There you go. It's freaking beautiful. This book was in Mylar. I mean, this book has been in Mylar since it was published. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Okay. Yes. Novels and Crumbs knows what's up. And see, Tom, there you go, bro. And did I tell you? Did I tell you that more was on the way from my hauling? This is this is from Rare Vintage Books on Instagram. That's where I got it. She's what? I can't even tell you what all is there. I'm gonna put it in the description box though, because why not? All right. Rare underscore vintage books on Instagram. Yes. Very cool. Novels and Crumbs. You really got it. I liked hearing you talk about Cactus Boost, brother. And I'm gonna check out more of your content. I have checked out more of your content, but I'm gonna check out even more of your content, is what it comes down to. I'll go ahead. Let's do it. Since I got the first edition here, might as well do it right, right? Do some of that action, right? And then how about we put it up there? This thing, I mean, never, never did I think it is a virtuoso piece for sure. If on a Winter's Night a Traveler is a flex of the greatest magnitude because he flexed with such a short work, right? And he he isn't scared to frustrate you. So the the binding is really cool. The color of the boards here is actually the color of the end papers as well. So I thought that was really cool. And just a black, matte on the spine. Um I I can't I can't say enough how much I love If on a Winter's Night a Traveler. There is there is more than enough on this book. Just read it. I don't want to spoil it. I'd love to uh read it again and go through it with people. It just seems like we have some serious Calvino lovers in the house. Very cool. Recognitions Book Club in the house. Happy Friday, brother. Yes. And you know, I tell you, I know that it's hard sometimes for people to make it, sometimes not, right? It's gonna happen. My folks come through when they come through. So I did have an idea of maybe doing my live on Saturday mornings. If that would if that would help out, let me know. Comment in the comments if you don't care, let me know as well. So then I can just know. I want to know what my community thinks about a change I might make. No matter what, if I change the time that I'm doing my lives, it's a negative, right? Because it's just always a negative to change up something that you do with regularity. I'm gonna tell them they're wrong. If anybody says anything about Recognitions Book Club not being here, I'm your alibi. I'm right there with you, brother. So I love this book. I've thought about it all week, picked it up, checked on it, all that kind of thing. I have a modern library. This is the edition that I had before of If on a Winter's Night a Traveler. The Everyman's Library, right? Sorry, I said modern library. I meant Everyman's Library, and it's all right. I mean, I wanted a hardcover, right? Because it's such an amazing piece, right? But now I have the creme de la creme, the creme de la creme, baby, which is the first edition hardcover. Love it, love it, love it. So I do need to read some more Calvino. Mm, maybe I'll kick it off with a reread of this, right? It'll have to be it'll have to be after um the ladies quit taking over my whole channel, right? It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a really awesome end of the year reading. All right, so I was hauling, and y'all saw in out of that awesome books box that I had that I got a first edition Borges in Praise of Darkness, right? So I had this on my mind. I was organizing my bookshelves, doing those kind of things this week, going all through bookshelves and just making things look right. Recovering from the debacle that was organizing by publisher is what it comes down to. Thank you, Jack, at Rambling Raconteur for the idea, by the way. So I had this on the brain, right? And I went to Half Price Books last weekend and I walked around and I thought, why don't I see if they have some Borges? 9 times out of 10, they have one book and it's either fictions or labyrinths, something like that. And they had an edition of fictions that I already have, a paperback edition, and they had an edition of labyrinths. that I'd never seen before. But I got that the New Directions paperback. But and then right beside it was Borges, Jorge Luis Borges, and Adolfo Boy Casares co-writing Chronicles of Bustos Domico. Domic? Maybe you can help me with that one, Tom. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't have my Argentinian. Where's Yasmin when I need her, right? Um, so with this, at this point, it seems like maybe the invention of Morel wasn't written yet. Yeah, invention of Morel and other stories. There's everything written by the respective writers. Yeah, very cool. It is pretty gorgeous. I tell you. Nice. I'm so down for it. And finding these unexpected, man. Unexpected. And I know that this one isn't so is the difference in translation that different from the complete collection republished? I haven't gone through it of strictly. I'll definitely do that with In Praise of Darkness because I've read In Praise of Darkness. I got it in, I have the Penguin deluxe editions of the Borges republished, right? So I'll do that with my In Praise of Darkness. I have that, and I have the Book of Sand. I'll do it with that as well. And I'll go through those and see how different they are. I assume that they're not that different. I don't know for sure. Nice. Very cool. They did two books together. I'm down for it. So this was just cool to find. And yeah, I mean, I'm interested in how different they are for sure. But, I'm just always on the hunt for Borges, is what it comes down to. Um Borges is this kind of writer where there's always new stuff. There's always Borges that you haven't read before. You can always find more Borges. How is that possible? Right? It's almost like Borges is, his own infinite library, right? Dutton does a good job with the Borges editions, man. Really enjoy me some of this first edition action. From to those three forgotten greats. They wrote this for those three forgotten greats: Picasso, Joyce, and Le Corbusier. Awesome. So awesome. Nice. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, Novels and Crumbs. I'll do it. I need to read Book of Sand. That's where I'm at. I've read all of Borges stuff chronologically, as it, how it was published. And I'm on Book of Sand right now. So I'll do Book of Sand first. Let's do, I'll read both. The Penguin and then my I'll grab it. Just to show it, right? Why not my first edition Book of Sand? The Thomas Norman Thomas de Giovanni translation. So I'll do that. I'll read this one with it, and then we'll see. All you're gonna get is my opinion, though, bro. Very cool. He's my favorite short story writer too. Um, Almost flash fiction, right? Thank you very much, Declan. That's very cool. Third last year. Very cool, man. Thank you for saying so. I know a lot of other people do things on Friday nights and things like that. I want everybody to be cool. Tell me, hey Gorvidal, happy Friday, brother. Nice to see you. Thanks for always coming by. When someone visits Boris, he was inspired. He'd dictate some lines and ask the visitor to write them down. Boy Casares was another master of the fantastic. The Invention Memorial is beautiful. Very cool. Very cool. I can't wait to get to it. I've never read Casares. Quentin, nice to see you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming by. I hope, man, you get good sleep, fill your brain, rock on, brother. Quentin, one of my favorite peeps, one of my favorite peoples. So yeah, um, very cool. Thank you, Novels and Crumbs. Yeah, I love my my first edition Borges. That's like, you know, on another level. And just to come, I'm coming across them now. My book hunting is on such a level that I'm coming across them in used bookstores now. Nice. Book of Sand is a better intro to Borges. Cool. Very cool. I can't wait to read it, and then maybe I'll use that to turn people onto Borges for sure. Much, not near as well known, right? Nice. Well, I do, thank you, Nick. I do have a few Casares short stories in that Borges book of fantasy, right? Because there's a lot of Borges, Ocampo, and Casares in here, as well as an amazing selection of short stories, man. This is one of the best. Oh yeah, well they're all short stories, Tom. They're all short. That's all Borges ever did, you know. I wish what I would give for a Borges novella. Okay, like Borges novella might, explode people's heads, like actually explode people's heads. So, thank you for not doing it, I guess. Y'all are so funny, I swear to God. Thanks, Dad. That's what you get. Hey, sleep tight, son. Keep rocking, bro. It's awesome. Shakespeare's Memory. Well, and I have come in contact with Shakespeare's Memory before. Somebody had put out some content on Shakespeare's Memory. Was it Ami? Maybe it was Ami. Maybe it was Tom, right? I can't remember. But somebody put out Shakespeare's Memory, and and it's fantastic. Now that I don't know. I don't know. I need to read it. I need to get I need to get to Book of Sand. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. My reading has been going so well, and I'm, kind of taking it slow on The Heart is a Lonely Hunter now too. I'm just kind of reading at a good pace, my own pace. And it's just right for the end of summer. It's been so hot here. Yeah, we're it's just now getting a little bit cooler. Nice, the Congress. Yeah, man, what I wouldn't give for a Borges novella. So, I've just been in love, looking at this thing going around, mm, checking on it, saying, you know, making sure it's doing all right. Giving this book more attention than it's probably ever gotten in its entire life. All right. Somebody got this book. Like, I mean, they got it, but they didn't read it. I mean, did they write this did they read this for real? I don't think so. It just doesn't seem like it. It's so tight. The paper is so clean. It just looks completely unread. Yes. I love it. I love that scanner, that David Cronenberg, right? So there's another one for the head, right? Some Borges, another one for the just really, really cerebral, right? So there's been a lot of that in my reading, with reading Cactus Boots and it being this real mind blow, mind expansion. But then Shikibu and Carson McCullers really just heart, a lot of love in that. And I'll save the stack. You know, I mean, there's so many books, and we're always gonna have time to go through. Yes, you know, there's some essays on literature that I don't have, but I have the Six Memos for a New Millennium, and then there was some essay collection on like literature that I saw. I don't have it. Mm, I tell you, he is a genius. He is a genius. Right when I first started reading Borges, you know, all I could think of was Calvino. If there's anybody that you know, that they kind of share a thread, it's Calvino and Borges, because they're just the imagination is on another level. They're so expansive. I love it. So all right, I'm uh I'm exhausted, guys. It's been awesome to hang out with y'all. Please let me know what you think about anything that I've said. Leave me a comment, like, all that kind of stuff. And thank you for spending another hour with me on Friday evening, right? I'll give y'all I'll give y'all a little something here at the end. I showed a picture of this book to my mother. I sent her a picture of um If on a Winter's Night a Traveler, right? And she goes, "Oh, those are some cool books." I said, "Mom, it's one book." I said, "It just looks like that." It's just one book. So it's Italo Calvino even got her with the cover, right? Too cool. Thank you very much, y'all. Happy Friday. Catch you on the next one. Bye bye.